What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, this is TWA Motorsports, and today we have to work on the Buick. Now, since I've sold the Tahoe, I've been daily driving the Buick, and I noticed that the blinker is blinking fast on this side, so we need to replace the bulb. And that is what I'm going to show you how to do today, because at some point, one of you guys might need to do that, and it's not really a hard process. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm pretty sure I swapped these out about a year ago, maybe a little longer. I've had this thing for quite a while. It's been a great car, and these 3.8 motors. This is the last of the 3.8 motors, this Buick is, and I think they're great cars. So anyway, we've kept it around for a long time, but I'm going to show you how to take this apart and get to the taillight bulb. So the very first thing you need to do, and a lot of times they have these nets, these grocery nets in the back. One of my studs is messed up right here, so we need to take these guys off. And guys, I'm sorry if you're catching a lot of wind. It's really windy. It's really nice today, but it's really windy. So we need to unscrew this, and we need to do the same thing on this side. And these guys, these strip all the time because they're just plastic. Not a lot that hold them on. You can see how loose that is. And one more up top, so there's a total of 4. And these are your grocery net holders and kind of a panel retainer at the same time. Once we do that, we need to unclip this. So just find a spot that you can get behind, and it's just held together with clips. If you want to use a panel tool, you can, but most of the time you can just get it off by hand. And really, that's all the room I need to get back here and get this taillight out. So you can see we have 10mm nuts that hold this together, and there's 3 of them. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go grab a ratcheting wrench, and we're going to get those loose right now. So I like to use a 10mm ratcheting wrench. Holy cow, it's getting windy. And we're just gonna get these loose. Once you get them loose, generally you can thread them off by hand. Just set them aside for now. Last one is behind the wire here. Now, once we have that, our tail light should be loose, and it is. I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod so I'm not jerking around the camera while I pull this straight out. Now, there is a tab, like an alignment tab right here. You can see that keeps everything in alignment, so be sure to pull straight out. You don't want to break that tab off. Now I got you guys on a tripod. Let's see if we can pull this thing straight out, and we need to twist the bulb, get it out of the way. I'm going to make sure that this one's good as well. It doesn't look like it's good, so I'm going to replace both of them, and we just need to pull them out. I'm gonna go grab 2 new bulbs, and shows this one's a 3057, and of course this is a 194. So we'll get them replaced and see if we can put this thing back together. So I've got the new bulbs, and I've also got some gloves and some dielectric grease. Guys, I don't like to touch these with my hands. The oil in your hands sometimes burns them up. So we're going to put both these guys in, and it is a 3057 on the tail light and a 194 for this guy. And now all we have to do is put these back in place. And these just screw in. Now, make sure that you get your plastic tab lined up, and then you can get this thing pushed back in. There we go. And I like to grab one of our 10 millimeters that we took off earlier and get it started on one of the studs at least so it doesn't fall out. And then we'll basically reverse the process. I am going to go test it real quick, so I'm going to put the key in and we'll make sure that the turn signal is working. So as you can see, it is working. I always like to test this, guys, before I put everything back together. There's no sense in putting new bulbs in and it being a wiring issue and then you having to pull everything back apart. So now that we know that it's working, I can go ahead and tighten up those 10 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these in place. Run them all the way down by hand as far as I can get them. And then we're just going to snug them up with the wrench. You don't want to over tighten these because if you do, you'll crack the housing. And you definitely don't want to do that unless you want to replace that. And I would assume that you probably don't. And like I said, we're just going to snug them up. We're not going to get crazy tight. Goes. We could put our panel back in place. Now you can see the tabs that go in the bottom of the trunk here. I'd like to get those started. And then there is a plastic push pin that goes right here on both sides, depending on if you took both sides out, obviously. And then all we have to do is put our stripped out pieces of plastic back in. Like I said, generally they're stripped. Like this one right here is not wanting to start. Try the bottom one here and see how it goes. That one's going. Too, guys. These things are always like this. And that is it. So unfortunately, guys, it started to rain, but we are finished. I went ahead and moved it back over there. I don't know if you guys could tell in the video, but it's extremely windy. I'm sure there was some wind noise, and I'm sorry about that. But we've had storms all day long, and it looks like we're getting ready to get another one from the looks of it. And anyway, this is normally something I don't show you guys on video. So like little stuff like this, I just do it, and I don't show you video. But I got to thinking, like, sometimes I know people that won't change stuff because they just simply don't know how. And so it was really easy. I was out here filming for you guys on other stuff, other projects that I'm working on, and I thought, man, I'll just knock this out real quick. But making a video on it may help one of you guys out. So if it did, guys, like always, please smash that thumbs up button. I promise you I won't work on Buick stuff all the time, but this is just the life of having multiple cars. Some stuff breaks and you have to fix it, even when it's not on fun stuff. The daily drivers sometimes aren't fun to fix, but they have to be fixed. So anyway, if you guys are not subscribed, guys, go down and smash that subscribe button. While you're down there, make sure you ring that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time we drop a new video. And, well, stay tuned to see what we work on next.